You're likely working harder than you've ever worked in your video business. More clients, more projects, more hours, and somehow you're not really moving forward. You're stuck somewhere between 250K and 500K, maybe a bit more. You've outgrown freelancing, but you haven't quite built a real company yet. You're kind of freelancing under a company name. And here's the problem. You don't have a work ethic issue. You have a structure issue. Today, I'm going to share with you the 5 stages every production company goes through on the way to real scale. And more importantly, how to figure out which one you're stuck on right now so you can finally move to the next level. I'm Den from the Video Business Accelerator, and over the past 5 years, I've coached over 178 production companies, well past 250K in revenue. And here's what I've noticed. The owners who plateau aren't lazy. They're definitely not untalented. They're just stuck on a step they can't see. They're still carrying the entire business on their shoulders, shooting, editing, quoting, invoicing, client management, all of it. And that's not a character flaw, that's just the natural limit of trying to scale without systems. In today's session, you're going to learn first, the 5 stages of production company growth and how to identify which one you're actually on. Second, what it takes to climb from one stage to the next, because each transition requires something different. And third, I want to share some real examples from owners who've made the shift, including one who went from 25K a year personal income to $500,000 in revenue. Let's get into it. The plateau problem. So why do most production companies hit this wall? It's not because you're doing bad work, quite the opposite. It's because the thing that got you here won't get you there. When you started this, being hands-on was an advantage. You could outwork the competition. You could say yes to everything. You could be the Swiss Army knife that clients needed. But now that same approach is the ceiling. Think about it. If you don't show up, nothing happens. If you take a week off, the business stops. Every single project still runs through you and your mobile. You've become the bottleneck in your own company. And here's what makes it worse. You simply can't see a way out because you're so deep in the day-to-day that you don't have time to build the systems that would free you from the day-to-day. It's a trap. And the only way out is to understand where you actually are so you can take the next right step. That's what the S.C.A.L.E staircase is for. It's in 5 stages. Think of your business journey as a staircase. 5 steps. Each one represents a new level of clarity, control, and capacity. Most people don't plateau because they're lazy. They plateau because they don't know which step they're on. And if you don't know where you are, you can't know what to do next. Let me break down each stage. Stage 1, the operator. You are the business. You're juggling 12 roles. You're on the feast and famine roller coaster. If you stop working, everything stops. Does that sound familiar? Stage 2 is the juggler. You've got some rhythm now. Maybe a few freelancers, some recurring clients, but growth still depends on you saying yes to everything. You're making money, but you're exhausted. And you know this isn't sustainable. Stage 3 is the stabilizer. There's steady work, maybe a small team, but it still feels somewhat fragile. You've got some systems, but they're held together with duct tape and hope. If you stopped, things would slow down fast. Stage 4 is the strategist. Now you're leading, not just doing. Systems, team, and automation free up your time for sales and strategy. Revenue is consistent. It's predictable. You're starting to feel like you're actually running a business, not just working inside one. Stage 5 is the scaler. This is real leverage. You choose your clients, you choose your calendar, you choose your next chapter. You can take a month off and come back to find everything handled. The business serves your life, not the other way around. So here's the question. Which one sounds most like you right now? And be honest, because once you know where you are, you can choose the next step. How to climb. Here's the thing. You don't go from stage 1 to stage 5 overnight. You go step by step. And each step has a different focus. In step 1 to step 2, focus beats hustle. When you go from operator to juggler, focus beats hustle. Pick one niche, one core signature offer, one sales activity that moves the needle every week. Stop saying yes to everything, start saying yes to the right things. From stage 2 to stage 3, it's all about building proof and building process. This is where you go from Juggler to Stabiliser by building proof and ensuring process exists in your business. Create case studies, tighten your pricing, document how you deliver work consistently. You're moving from chaos here to repeatable, from reactive to reliable. From Stabiliser to Strategist is where you buy back your time. You delegate the edit. You automate admin. Spend more time on relationships and positioning. This is the shift from being the person who does everything to being the person who leads. From Strategist to Scaler, lead by design. Raise your price floors. Strengthen your leadership rhythms. Expand capacity without losing profit. At every stage, the rule is the same. Simplify first, systemise second. Don't try and build complex systems on top of chaos. Simplify what you're doing, then systemise it. Now, if you're watching or listening to this and thinking, okay, I can kind of see which stage I'm on, but I need help figuring out the exact moves to make, that's exactly what the private briefing is for inside. I'll show you the 5 scale levers that turn chaos into clarity, plus case studies from 178 studios who've already made these transitions. It's free. Grab it at denlennie.com/authority-gap. Let me now share with you what this looks like in practice. Grant from Lift Video Production was stuck shooting and editing everything himself. Classic stage 2 juggler. So he built a small team, freed up his weekends, took a month off and went to Europe with his partner. The team handled everything. Now when people refer to his company, they say Lift, not Grant. That's the shift. Caleb was making $25,000 a year in personal income when I first met him. While running a business with a partner and a full-time employee, he was making more than he was. He then set a $5,000 minimum project fee, built systems, hired producers, and hit $500,000 in revenue with a team of 3. Now he can drop his kids off at daycare and pick them up early. Weekends are his again. Sam started his business at 21. He felt isolated, stressed. He was always working late nights. Now he's 26, running 2 businesses, takes 4-week holidays, and hit over $500,000 in revenue. Got married, had 2 kids, bought a house. And here's the wildest part. He's working about the same hours now as he was when he started, despite the business being 5 times the size. Matt was working 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., dropping the ball constantly. Too many things on the go. Now he's got a team of 4, on target to do $800,000 this year. He drops his boys off at daycare, picks them up early, weekends are free. He said, "I'm thankful every day that I get to work with people who do amazing work, far better than I could do." Now these owners didn't get there by grinding harder. They figured out where they were on the staircase and focused on the next step. Let's talk about the framework. Here's the bottom line. Growth doesn't happen because you want it to. It happens because you design it to. First, identify which stage you're actually on: operator, juggler, stabilizer, strategist, or scaler. Second, focus on climbing just one step. Each transition requires something different. Third, simplify before you systemize. Don't build complex systems on top of chaos. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to fix the next thing. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment below and tell me which stage you're on right now. Stage 1 operator, stage 2 juggler, stage 3 stabilizer, stage 4 strategist, or stage 5 scaler. I read every comment. I'd love to know where you're at. And if you're listening to this on your podcast platform, head over to YouTube and check out the comments. If you want the full breakdown of how to break past each stage, including the specific frameworks we use with our clients, watch the private briefing at denlennie.com/authority-gap. It's completely free, and you'll leave with a clear understanding of your biggest bottleneck and exactly what to do about it in the next 90 days.